We begin the broadcast with breaking updates now coming in. The External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar has met Marco Rubio in New York, and the talks have been held on the sidelines of the UNGA with the External Affairs Minister saying that a host of issues have been covered in these discussions, including the bilateral global topics, a focus on progress and priority areas. In fact, he's taken to social media to say, "Good to meet Marco Rubio this morning in New York. Our conversation covered a range of bilateral and international issues of current concern. We agreed on the importance of sustained engagement to progress on priority areas. We will remain in touch." And he has tweeted a picture with Marco Rubio as well. And this is Jaishankar's tweet coming in. The External Affairs Minister is in New York for the UN convention, and that is when this meeting has taken place. Let's go across to Senior Consulting Editor Srinjoy Chaudhary joining us on the broadcast on the sidelines of UNGA. Srinjoy, Jaishankar meeting Marco Rubio. This is a significant meeting because this also comes amid thaw in the tides clearly and the trade talks resuming yet again.
It's more than significant, primarily because Marco Rubio is widely seen in India as the one person who understands India, who's ready to have a sympathetic view of India. There are many leaders in the Trump government India has very little respect for, and they have said extremely odd things about India. But Marco Rubio is seen as an experienced leader. He is seen as a professional. He is seen as someone who understands India. So you would expect a good meeting with Marco Rubio, primarily because he is someone in the Trump cabinet who India knows is experienced and has the ability to comprehend a variety of issues. So it is entirely plausible that what Jaishankar has said is right. In the middle of all this criticism about India by people from the Trump cabinet, people calling the war in between Russia and Ukraine Modi's war and so on, Marco Rubio is widely believed to be a person of high integrity and a man who can work with India with great ease. So we would expect a very good meeting, and hopefully this will lead to improved ties between US and India in the near future.
Okay, all right. So let's look at what happens next. You said that it could be a good meeting. It all depends on what we know in the next few days. Do stay with us, Srinjoy. We have more breaking updates now coming in, and this should come as a relief to many because now reports suggest that days after US announced the H-1B visa fee, reports list the potential exemptions, which include physicians, medical residents who could benefit. So doctors are likely to be exempted. That is the decision that is likely. In fact, reports now suggesting White House also saying that doctors may be exempt from the Donald Trump administration's new hiked fee for the high-skilled H-1B visa applications. Remember, Trump had shocked the world with the proclamation that he made announcing a big fee hike for the H-1B visa program's applications, and it led to a lot of concerns. But Srinjoy, clearly there is some change. First, it was the announcement that came in that it was not an annual fee, but it is only going to be a one-time fee. Now the decision coming in that the doctors are likely to be exempted. So is the United States and the Trump administration coming to terms with the fact that such a blanket rule coming in could in fact hurt their own country's interests?
Yes, you're absolutely right. See, with Trump, the Trumpism is about a very serious punch followed by weaker punches. Now, what you saw when India reeled under that very heavy punch of $100,000 for an H-1B visa every year and so on, that was really the heavy punch. And then the Americans realized that if you actually go ahead with this, it will hurt America. Now, every little town in America, any town which is bigger than 6 or 10,000 people, will have a doctor, and he will be an Indian doctor. Now, suddenly, if there is a flight of Indian doctors from the United States, the country, the people that will be hurt are the 300 million people in America. This is something that the Americans have suddenly realized, that if American doctors, Indian doctors in America having to pay $100,000 are immediately decide to leave, then the big problem is something that the Americans will face, American citizens will face, and this will be very counterproductive for the Trump administration, which is why now you have these plans to exempt doctors, because if someone has done the math, they will know how many thousand Indian doctors there are in the United States. Not just thousands, but lakhs. And as a result, this will be very counterproductive, the H-1B visas on doctors. So that is clearly something that's going to happen, and you will see doctors will be exempt from H-1B visas.
Okay, all right. So for now, the White House has said that doctors may be exempt from the rule. So it clearly looks like within the Trump administration as well, the discussions are still on who should be exempted and who should not. Do stay with us. We have more breaking updates now coming in amid the tensions between Russia and Ukraine.